Dez Bryant has agreed to some strict guidelines in regards to his conduct off the field. Take a look at it right there. A midnight curfew, no alcohol, can't attend strip clubs, and only attend nightclubs if they are approved by the team. Must attend counseling twice a week, and security will follow him to practices, games, team functions, etc., etc. Stephen A., what is your reaction to this?
Wow. Before I say that, let me personally thank both Skip and Coach Mangini, because this is a subject that I really wanted to discuss this badly, whether we agreed or disagreed about it or not. Because obviously, being an African American, you see something like this, a midnight curfew, no alcohol drinking, can't attend strip clubs, only attend nightclubs if they're approved by the team, has a security team with them, three-man security team with, just a rotating three-man security team, getting escorted to and from practices. It looks like you're on lockdown. It looks like this is a bit excessive. That's the initial appearance. Let me say to my brothers and sisters in the African-American community, I 1,000% applaud Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys on this. They are doing the right thing. You have to know how to act like you have some sense. You have to make sure that you are responsible. More importantly, it's incumbent upon all of us to understand that this is a business, and Dez Bryant is an investment being made by Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys organization. Do I like it? Absolutely not. Am I even uncomfortable with it to some degree? With 1,000%. But I can't look at Jerry Jones and the Cowboys or any NFL team who would have felt the need to do such a thing and look at them and say, it's their fault. No. This is Dez Bryant's fault. Just like it was Adam Pac-Man Jones' fault. Just like it was a plethora of other players that have experienced such restrictions to some degree in NFL history. Just like to some degree it is with Josh Hamilton and the Texas Rangers in Major League Baseball. This isn't a black or white thing or anything like that. This is a behavioral issue. Unfortunately, when it comes to the black athlete, we'll see people from my community. I'm not speaking for everybody, but I know a lot of people from the black community who were incredibly uncomfortable with this. And I'm saying to you, and I'm saying to our national television audience, what I said to those individuals. Jerry Jones is not wrong here. The person here that's wrong is Dez Bryant. What Jerry Jones is ultimately saying is, I'm cutting your check. You are an investment to me and the Dallas Cowboys organization. If you want to be a part of us, because of your behavior, these are the measures we think we need to take. Take it or leave it. And they are right to do so.
Let me applaud your courage stepping out on that limb, taking a counter viewpoint of this, right? Against the grain in the black community?
Against the grain from the black folks I've spoken to, absolutely.
Okay. I appreciate that. I also appreciate the view of the black folks you've spoken to, because it comes across this way. I agree with you. I cringe when I read these rules for a black player. What's up with that?
Right.
Jerry had the same rules that he imposed on Pac-Man Jones when he was a Cowboy, Tank Johnson when he was a Cowboy, somewhat similar to rules he attempted to impose on Michael Irvin late in his career as a Dallas Cowboy.
Right.
And yet, as we saw with Pac-Man, it blew up in Jerry's face because Pac-Man got in a fight with his own bodyguard at a restaurant. So the babysitter, the guy who was supposed to protect Pac-Man, ended up getting into it with Pac-Man, and Pac-Man reportedly initiated that fight. So, look, my point on all this is Jerry's just trying to send a message. It won't work what he's doing here because, look, if Dez Bryant wants to get in trouble, trust me, he'll just get in trouble. If Dez Bryant is going to get into a confrontation with his mother behind closed private doors at their home, he's going to get into a confrontation. You can't stop that. You can't regulate it. You can't govern it, right?
Yeah, but the flip side to it is that if you are seen as an organization, and Coach, I really want to hear you on this. I don't know whether you was finished or not. But the big thing for me is that when you are an organization that comes across as taking every measure necessary to alleviate or avoid altogether certain situations or circumstances, if Dez Bryant then finds himself in trouble again, that's just going to make him look 10 times worse.
I agree.
Because nobody's going to look at the organization and think, oh, they didn't do enough. Clearly, Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys are doing enough here. It's up to him.
And Stephen, you and I often disagree on taking players with with a history because, and you've given me a hard time about you can't play with all choir boys. So they decided to take a guy who has struggled, and he's had some struggles since he's been in the league. But what they've done now is say, okay, we're going to try to put a program in place to make you successful. And you can't have this as a contractual agreement. I can't believe that this is a contract. I believe this is an agreement between the player and the organization because rules have to apply to everybody. So I actually applaud Dez Bryant for saying, hey, these are some things that I think will help me. And that, to me, shows a little bit of growth. So everybody's trying to get to a place to make this work, understanding the challenges that have been there in the past. And I think if you're going to take a chance on a player, then you have to do everything you can to empower him to be successful. And sometimes it's just a good mentor. Sometimes it's more extreme like this situation. Hopefully, this will be the start. And as time goes on, these things will be stripped away naturally because Dez will continue to make good decisions.